Alrighty, folks, welcome to tonight's coverage of the Camping Universe Truck Series. Coming at you live from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The final race of the regular season. Next week, we'll begin the chase for the Camping Universe Truck Series. The round of 8 begins next week. And I'll be back with you here in about 15 minutes for the start of the actual broadcast. For now, I'm going to leave you with some practice on screen. I will see you here in about 15 Alrighty, folks, we're back here. We're gonna do some interviews here right quick before we get ready for tonight's main event of the evening, starting here in about 20 minutes. So let's know, without further ado, let's go do some interviews. Let's see if we can grab Jason Brophy down here. Alright, Jason, it's Matt up here in the booth. You got a copy?
I think I do.
Alrighty, buddy, coming into the final race of the regular season. What's it mean to you to get some momentum here going into next week?
I'd love to get a win here at Indy. I feel like it's really going to be a track I'm pretty good at, although I'm struggling a little bit so far, but it's always good to kind of win a race. I'd like to beat Scott after finishing runner-up to him, especially the last couple races. So I think it'd be important. As an IndyCar, favorite, I think I better do well at Indy.
So, since I got you in here, a little off topic from tonight's race, but if you're interested, we are actually covering some IndyCar racing now on the channel.
I couldn't quite hear that. Could you repeat it?
Since you may be interested in this, just, since you like IndyCar, I'm actually covering the IndyCar series on the channel now, so.
Oh, well, that's good. I'll have to check that out. What day they run?
On Thursday evenings.
Thursday evenings, all right.
Yep. So, looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I would say so. But in the meantime, we got to run, 60 laps here tonight?
60 laps here in these trucks here tonight, man. It's going to be a long one.
Yeah, it is.
How do you feel the track's going to favor these trucks?
Repeat that, please.
How do you feel these trucks handle here at Indianapolis? A little bit bigger than a Cup car as far as aero-wise.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of, it's pretty tight. It's going to be really important to get off the corner well. You lose so much time, especially the exit of 2 and the exit of 4 are going to be key. If you can't get back to the gas, or if you have to jump out of the gas, you're paying for it all down that big, long straightaway. 1 and 3, I mean, if you have to get out of it, at least you got another corner where you were going to have to lift anyway, but the exit of 2 and 4, especially even a pass, you're going to have to set up your passes so you get a better run off the straightaway and get the preferred line into 1 and 2, or 1 and 3. So it's going to be real difficult. You can't lose your momentum. It's similar to Pocono in that sense, but I think just the way the track is, real punishing of mistakes. And if you touch the right front fender to a wall, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun out there tonight, man. It really should be.
Yeah, I think so. We got a pretty decent field going here, so I'll be intrigued to see how it plays out. Everybody's going for a win, so.
For sure. This series in particular usually produces some really good racing.
Yeah, a lot of times. I mean, a lot of guys here, and at Indy with no fast repair, really, anyone touches the wall, I think that probably kills their shot at a win if you hurt that right front. So it's kind of anybody's race, because it's so easy just to overdrive it a little bit and touch that wall. Now, if everybody touches the wall, then, right now Scott's out front. Caleb's pretty close to him on time, though, so we'll see how that goes. I'm not particularly doing well so far. I'm feeling a little out of practice once I hopped in here, but we'll see how that goes. It's a long race. You can adjust, get yourself more used to the car, so.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun, and hey, you never know, I might get a hold of you tomorrow and see if you want to come up in the booth tomorrow night for those Indy cars.
Yeah, we'll see. Thinking I might run NIS tomorrow, but.
Alrighty, man. Well, have fun out there tonight. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully we can be talking to you here at the end of this one.
I hope so too.
Alrighty, that's Jason Brophy, the driver of that number 88 machine. We'll see what he can get done here tonight. He actually gave Norman permissions to get down where he needs to. Alrighty, folks.
Channel moved.
We'll get ready to go green flag racing here in one moment.
Channel moved.
As we have about 15 minutes left in practice. So a little bit more time for these guys to get it figured out, and I'll be right back with you here momentarily on Extreme Sim TV. All right, taking a look at the point standings here coming into this, what is the final race before the playoffs. Got Sanderson up front with 245, Jason Brophy, Jared Ziegler third, fourth Matt Hollaba, fifth Norman King, Brian Ziegler sixth, Hart Green seventh, and rounded out in that final transfer position, Brian Robinson, and he's got quite a gap over his next car of Levi. So basically, as long as Brian completes tonight's race, there's no real way that Levi can get in. But that is your point standings as of now going into tonight's race at Indianapolis. Again, next week will be the beginning of the chase here for the Camping Universe Truck Series in this 22-week schedule. And we're going to get ready for next week. Early this week, we'll probably have a podcast talking about everything that's went on with all the leagues here at the end of the week. Been a very busy week for Extreme Sim TV, as we're on Wednesday with the Camping Universe Truck Series. Of course, tomorrow evening we have the Crow's Nest IndyCar Series, followed by the Slided Job K&N Series on Friday. And we're back on Sunday with Sim Racing Unleashed. And also, just confirmed today, Monday night, going to be the Crow's Nest guys over with the 2012 IndyCar at Talladega for 100 laps there. So, should be a fun continuation of the week. And we're going to have about 11 minutes left of practice here. So I'm going to cut away for a minute, let you watch a little bit more practice. Then we'll get down for the national anthem and get ready for qualifying here tonight on Extreme SMT. All right, we're back as qualifying underway. We're going to take a look at the 12 truck. Caleb Weekly rolling out on the racetrack. Started his qualifying lap as they got 5 minutes to qualify these trucks here tonight. Working his way into turn number 2. Nice and smooth off the exit here. No fast affairs here for these guys tonight. Oh, that gas goes Caleb. A little bit of issue there for that 12 truck. Take a look at Levi there in a 31 truck. Working his way down through here across the start finish line, across the yard of bricks into turn number 1. Big field tonight, about 14, 15 trucks here to take on Indianapolis. Prestigious racetrack to get a win at, for sure. Once again, that is Levi there in the 31 machine. Working his way in through 3 and 4. Into turn number 4 for the 31 truck, and he will exit right on the bottom of the racetrack. Nice line onto the front straightaway. And across the stripe. Jared Ziegler to the top of the board. Jared Ziegler there, Norman King right now second in qualifying. Now Scott Sanderson to the top of the board in that number 93 truck. Taking a look here at Scott in that 93 machine. Nice lap for him. Again, 60 laps here tonight. Kind of a shorter event for these guys. 120 miles. I would expect the fuel window to be around lap number 20 to 30. That is my rough count on fuel mileage here. Got in that number 93 machine on the back straightaway. Coming to a stop. With 1 minute left in qualifying, Scott still first on the board. Matt Holba there hasn't recorded a time yet. Jason Brophy second. Mr. Sykes third. Fourth right now, Jared Ziegler. Fifth, Mr. Overton. Norman King a sixth. Seventh is Mr. Caleb Weekly. Levi right now scored eighth. Mark Green in 10th. Jared Ziegler 11th. That is your trucks that have taken time here so far. And with 25 seconds left, if you're going to get out there and take a time, you're going to do it pretty quickly here. Not much time remaining. Now 15 seconds remaining. And we're going to get ready to grid these trucks up here momentarily. And this is Indianapolis. Big deal to grab a win here. It's one of your crown jewel races of the year. Here we go. Scott Sanderson will grab the pole. Oh, nope. Yep, Mr. Scott Sanderson starts on pole here tonight in that number 93 machine. luck here for Scott. Out there, that number 93 of Scott Sanderson lining up behind the iRacing pace car. Everybody getting lined up there on the front straightaway to his outside, the 88 machine of Jason Brophy. On the inside of the second row, the 04 machine of Mr. Sykes. Outside of him, and that number 57, Jared Ziegler. Here. Next row in behind them, starting in sixth. His truck has just loaded in. Number 28 machine of Norman King. Take a look right there. Beautiful. That is... Alright, Camping Universe Truck Series headed your way here momentarily. The 31 machine right there in the 8th position. Mr. Levi. The row right behind them, you will have the 63 of Hart Green and the 37. That is Brian Robinson. Again, he is the last guy in the chase right now. So if he can just finish the race here tonight, he should be all right. Lining up directly behind those two in the next row, you're going to have Matt Hollaba on the outside in the 24 truck. Inside of him, the 58 machine. Of Brian Ziegler. And rounding out the field here tonight in that number 17 truck is going to be Mr. Donnie Lee. Rounding out the field here tonight. Alrighty. The field will work its way around here and get ready to go green flag racing here from Indianapolis momentarily. Everybody up front, you're taking a look at the 57 machine. Jared Ziegler, again, 60 laps here tonight, no fast repairs. It is time to go racing here from Indianapolis. Getting ready once again. Mr. Overton there in the 16 machine, warming his tires up. Again, pit road window around lap 20 to 30. If they make it to 30, they could make it on one stop. I just don't know just how. I don't think these trucks can make it that far, but we will see. 150 miles here. Excuse me, 60 laps. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 120 some odd miles, I believe. All right, working our way out of turn number 4 here for the getting ready for the green flag for the Camping Universe Truck Series. Pace cars off, and we're going to be underway here at Indianapolis. Waiting on it a long way down this front straightaway. Green flag is in the air. We are rolling at Indy. Camping Universe Truck Series live from Indianapolis is underway here. Scott Sanderson's going to take over the lead. Through turn number 1, Scott will clear. He'll get up in front of Jason Brophy, block that outside lane. Watch for the draft down the back straightaway here as they come out of turn number 2. Levi Overton able to take second as they start down the back straightaway. The draft are really heavy down all the way down the back straightaway here for these trucks. They put a big wake in the air off into 3 and 4. Scott Sanderson already up to about 6/10 of a second gap over the rest of the field. Levi Overton trying to hang in there in second. Or excuse me, Leah Overton there in that 16 truck. Across the stripe to complete lap number 1, and Scott Sanderson leads the way. Now down through turns into turn number 2. Got now 0.8 of a second up on the field right now. We'll drop back and take a look. Norman King back here near the back. The 31 truck is well back here. Look at Norman right there in that 28 machine. He's trying to make up ground on Caleb Weekly. That right there is going to be your battle for 5th. Here it comes, Norman, out of turn number 4. Trying to close the gap down to that 12 machine. Taking it up here at Indianapolis tonight is the Camping Universe Truck Series. Out of turn number 2, keep in mind my estimated fuel numbers of 20 to 30. If you can make it to 30, complete lap 30, get to 31, it would be a one-stop race. I'm not sure that they're going to make it that far, however. Wow, already working lap number 3, and Scott Sanderson's already able to check out to a 3-second or a 1-second lead here. Mr. Brophy trying to run him down. We talked to him before the race. Of course, Jason in this number 88 machine. Jason Brophy doing everything he can to run down Scott Sanderson. It looks like we have a battle on our hands. That's going to be Jared Ziegler back there underneath Mr. Overton. Side by side down the back straightaway, and he'll clear him off into turn 3. Of course, that is Jared Ziegler there in that 57 machine. Jumping his way by, move him up a position. 16 trying to hang on here. Hart Green back near the back of the pack right now in that 63 machine. Doing everything he can to gain some ground. Running in 9th right now. Back up here with Leah Overton. Trying to hold off Caleb Weekly in that 12 truck. Not going to happen as they work their way down the front end of 3 and 4. Caleb Weekly's going to make the pass. Move him up a spot. Out of turn number 4, headed for the front straightaway to complete lap number 5. In the books already for the Camping Universe Truck Series here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Here we go down into turn number 2 or 3 and 4 once again. Onto the front straightaway. Look at the draft he's trying to pick up off of Jared Ziegler right now. Oh, nearly in the wall. That's what Jason talked about. If you dented that front end, it could really hurt you. It doesn't look like he got it too awful hard right there. Did that number 16 machine. You definitely got to take care of your truck here tonight. A very aero-sensitive racetrack. And I'll be right back with you here momentarily. Let's go for some Crank It Up. All right, now taking a look at Norman King right now in that 6th position. In that MDA machine. Coming towards complete lap number 9. Let's go to your leader here. Jumping around right now. We get ready to go to your leader here momentarily. That's going to be Scott Sanderson up front there in that 93 truck. Went around to complete lap number 10. Scott now with a 1.7 second lead. Matt Holloway in that 24 truck on pit road right now. In that IndyCar Series truck. Look at the 31 truck of Levi. They go back up with Caleb Weekly as he's trying to gain down on Jason Brophy. That 88 truck, this battle right here, I believe, should be for second. Indeed it is. But Caleb gaining ground on Jason. Both of these guys about 2 seconds off Scott. Through turns 3 and 4 once again. Mr. Overton here in the 16 truck. $14 out of 60 laps complete. $15 laps complete here, already headed towards 20. Be interesting to see if these trucks can make it to lap number 30. That would be your halfway point of the race. Jason Brophy has fallen back behind the 12 of Caleb Weekly, but Mr. Weekly has gotten in a wall. That'll dent up that whole right side. That's going to hurt the aero in that truck. Jason's going to be able to get back around him. Now watch that 88 truck be able to start to pull away now. With that 12 truck having damage like he does. Right now 16 in the bigs. I'll be right back with you here on Extremis MT. Alright, we're back here as Jason Brophy still running P2. Right now with a 4-second lead. Up front is Scott Sanderson. $18 laps. Going to be putting the books this time by. Taking a look here at Brian Robinson in that 37 truck and the 88 as well. Taking a look at Mr. Brian Ziegler out there on track in the 58 right now. A little ways back, but still that truck looking nice and clean here so far. In 8th position is, excuse me, in 10th position for Brian. Winning out of 60 complete. We'll go back up front with Mr. Scott Sanderson as we're getting close to the point where we'll start seeing stops here probably within the next 10 laps. Scott right now with a 4.5 second lead. Headed back towards turn number 4. Got nice and smooth out of turn 4, headed down the front straightaway. He won't pit this time. He's going to hold off a lap or so. Jason Brophy there on coming to pit road here along with Caleb Weekly, lap number 22. So about 22 laps on gas for them. That should put them in around lap number 44 or so on their final stop. Down to their box they come, nice and easy. We'll go back out with Scott. And we can get back out there with Scott now as he goes back down the straightaway. He's going to stay out of extra lap here. He may be attempting to make it to lap 60 or lap 30 rather. Put this down into a one-stop race. Coming around to complete 23, but if they're stopping at 22, he's going to have to save a lot of fuel to get that done. Got up front now by 13 seconds. Into turn 3 and 4 one more time. We'll see if he stops this time by. No, he will stay out. He's going to try to stay out once again. Putting 23 in the books. Starting lap number 24. Down the front straightaway once again they come. or the back straightaway, excuse me. Scott doing everything he can to save as much fuel as possible. He's already made it two. This is going to make 2 laps further. And he is doing a great job. He has saved some fuel off of turn 4. Putting 24 in the book, starting lap number 25. He is trying to get it close here. With a 15-second gap, he's got all kinds of room to play with if he wants to lift off the throttle. You don't want to run it out of fuel, but man, if he can make it to 30. Down the back straightaway once again. Turn number 4 coming up. And again, he's going to complete 25. He will stay out. We're going to keep the camera on Mr. Sanderson here to see how long he can indeed make it. Huge lead right here for that 93 machine right now of 16 seconds. And if he doesn't have no yellows or anything like that, this truck is just on rails. And this is the thing, when you got a truck this good, you can save fuel. When you have this good of a race truck, it really allows you to play around saving the fuel. And if you get this to a one stop, a lot of your competition's already took their stop. It changes the environment for sure. Art Green and Overton appear to be on the same cycle, possibly. But they're so far back, I don't know that it matters. Remember, Scott entered this with about a 4-second lead on when the pit stop cycle began. We'll see where it cycles through. Coming to complete 27. He is literally just a few laps away from that magical 30 number. And we'll be right back here on Extreme Sim TV. Alright, Scott's coming around to complete lap number 29. If he can just hang on a few more laps, he's going to get it to halfway. That'll put him in that one-stop strategy zone. Alright, down the back straightaway once again. He is bringing it to pit road. He's completely run it as far as he can. A lap number completion of, well, right at 29 laps. So for him to do it on this stop alone is going to be tight. But we will see as he brings it down pit road. But when he comes out, and yellow is out, oh my goodness. Just as he brings it down, the yellow flag comes out. Killing his straight. This is 31 out of 60 complete here. Jared Ziegler is going to come down. Now that should put him good on fuel. All right, Jared Ziegler on pit road here in that number 57 machine, getting service. Taking over Caleb Weekly's number 12 truck. A little bit of damage on that truck. Again, I'm not quite sure what the yellow flew there for, but the yellow did fly as your leader was just entering pit road. Now with this yellow, what it should have done is saved Mr. Sanderson enough fuel under caution and he can easily make it. We should be around 25, 26 laps to go when we go back green, so should be able to easily make it. Norman King has inherited the lead off of this in that number 28 truck. as we went roughly 30 laps before the first yellow of the evening. Alright, well, that's off on the iRacing pace car. We'll get ready to go back green flag racing once again. Norman King and Scott Sanderson up on the front row. Jason Brophy inside second row. Again, Scott should be able to make it easily from here. Not sure about Mr. Jason, as he was only able to go 22 laps last time. And we'll be able to get going here with roughly 26 to go. iRacing pace car dives down pit road once again, and we'll get ready to go back green flag racing. Out front, Norman King leads on the green. They're on the loud pedal. Green is out. Norman out to a decent jump. Here comes Jason Brophy on the bottom. Jason Brophy was able to easily move by into second. Now these trucks are according to the back of Norman. They're into two. Jason will look to the bottom. Scott Sanderson's going to get put in the middle, 3 wide off turn 2. Norman on the high side. Here comes Caleb Weekly working his way through. 3 wide, Indy off of turn 2. They'll make it work. Caleb Weekly up to second. Jason Brophy out front. Now Scott will dive to the bottom of Caleb into 3 and 4, turn 3. Headed towards turn number 4. Man, that number 93 truck is strong as he'll clear up into second. Now he'll set his sights on your leader, Jason Brophy. Norman King's going to drop back a little ways. Back to about 4th position here. Jason Brophy, though, out front by 3/10 of a second. And he hold off Scott Sanderson. And once again, no fast repairs here tonight. You've got to take care of your truck. Jason Brophy, 5/10 of a second up over Scott Sanderson. Caleb Weekly back there in 3rd. Caleb doing everything he can to gain some ground. Now that Jason's gotten that truck out in clean air, it seems to be handling better for him. because he's able to hold serve with Scott. Jason Brophy out front trying to pull away. Scott Sanderson trying to run him down from second here. 37 out of 60 complete. All right, down the back straightaway one more time. Through corners 3 and 4. And Jason's actually opened that up to about 0.8 of a second now. As we take a look at the battle for second, Caleb Weekly all over the back of Scott Sanderson. And I will tell you what, 38 laps in here, Scott seems to be losing momentum, or is he just saving some fuel to ensure he can make it? And can Jason make it the whole way here? Because he's going to have to make it about 26 laps on this tank. Last time through, he only ran about 22. Caleb trying to look to the bottom. Nothing doing there. Through 3 and 4, we'll see 21 to go at the line. Caleb Weekly right to the back bumper of Scott Sanderson out of turn number 4. Scott throws a block. That's dicey doing that. It's easy to get turned. Down the front straightaway once again. Scott Sanderson in second. Caleb Weekly third. 1.4 seconds off of Jason Brophy. Through turns 3 and 4 one more time, or 1 and 2 one more time. Scott now able to pull back away from Caleb after a big block down the front straightaway. Meanwhile, back out front, Jason Brophy still leading the way. We're going to drop back, check on Jared Ziegler. In that number 57 truck. He right behind him, Mr. Overton. In 5th, Jared 4th, Brian Ziegler in 7th, Robinson 8th, and Norman King has fell plumb back to 9th after restarting on the front row. Because this time by, we'll see 20 laps to go here from Indianapolis. These trucks starting to get loose off of turn 2. Taking a look now at Brophy out in front, 1.5 second gap. As I head right for you, thundering down the front straightaway, Jason will go through. You got a truck there coming off pit road. 20 laps. Roughly 20 laps to go here. Jason right up next to the wall, 1.5 second lead. See it back to Scott Sanderson there as they work their way down the back straightaway. Scott trying to close the gap a little bit here. Into 3 and 4. I'm going to leave it here for some crank it up, and I'll be right back with you as Jason Brophy tags the wall out of turn number 3. I'll be right back with you here on Extreme Sim TV. Enjoy a little bit of crank it up. All right, I'm back. Sorry I had to step out of the booth a minute. We have about 10 laps to go here. Jason Brophy still out front by 4.7 seconds. And I believe that is Mr. Scott back here. Or Mr. Sanderson up front now by 4 seconds. Go back and take a look at what happened to Jason has lost the lead. Take a look here. Taking a look here at what happened. Jason Brophy has lost the lead. As you see, Scott there had made the pass on Jason. Down the back straightaway, looks like Jason come off turn 4 and just got in the wall. Allowed Scott to get away from him. Caleb Weekly did the same thing while I was away. So that was your pass for the lead. Now Scott Sanderson up by about 5 seconds on the field. Less than 10 laps to go. Scott has had a quick race truck all week long, or all night long. Now we'll see if he can just hang on to it here and get to the win. As long as he can make it on fuel, which I'm about 95% positive Scott should have no trouble doing that. $52 out of 60 complete here tonight. Brian Ziegler back here as well in that 58 truck. Taking a look at him as he's bowling along with that 37 machine. Right in behind them. All right, as we work away 53 out of 60 here tonight. All right, working our way down to it here, lap number 53. Scott Sanderson way out front now by 6 seconds over second place of Mr. Brophy. $54 out of 60 complete. He'll be, when he comes by this time by, he should see, or not this time, next time by, he should see 5 laps to go. Scott has had a really good truck all night long. Taking a look at Jared Ziegler here. One caution on the evening came at about lap 30. Jason Brophy took over the lead, and then with a mistake off of turn number 2, smacking that wall. Exactly what he talked about earlier tonight. It handed the lead back to Scott, and Scott hasn't looked back since. As they work their way down the back straightaway here. Lap number 56 is going to go up on the board. This time by, we'll see 5 laps to go for Scott Sanderson. Jason Brophy out of turn number 2. Scott through 3 and 4. Flagman will show him 5 to go this time by. Again, Scott doing a good job managing fuel, managing tires. Out of turn number 4. 5 laps to go for Scott Sanderson. For him to pick up the win here at Indianapolis. In the Camping Universe Truck Series. 5 to go from Indy. It's been a fun night here at Indianapolis. We've seen some clocks out of Scott down the front straightaway. Coming to 4 to go this time by. Four laps to go. Scott Sanderson up front leading the way. Jason Brophy back here in second. As long as up down. Actually 49 laps down for Matt Hollova. As he will run back to the back bumper of Caleb Weekly. Taking a look at Jason up here in the 88 truck. As we're coming to see 2 laps to go. Again, Jason had to pit a little earlier on that first fuel cycle. So I'm interested to see if he'll make it all the way here. Coming to 2 laps to go this time by. A 12-second lead there for Scott Sanderson. No pressure from behind. They show them 2 laps to go here. This time by, we'll see the white flag wave for Scott Sanderson up front. Look at Scott work his way through 3 and 4. He'll look for the white flag this time by. Alright, out of turn at number 4, white flag will wave. Scott Sanderson will lead him down. One more time around. 4 corners is all it's going to take for Scott to come home with the win here this evening into 1 and 2. Out of turn 1, he'll head down the short chute into turn number 2. Headed towards the back straightaway for Scott Sanderson. Truck was on rails all night long. Out of turn number 3 into turn number 4. Scott Sanderson will pin it to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll come out of turn number 4. Checkered flag in the air. Scott Sanderson's going to win here at Indianapolis in the Camping Universe Truck Series. Adds another win to his total here this season. Scott Sanderson walking away with the win. Jason Brophy second. Caleb Weekly third. We'll be back with your post-race interviews in a moment. Alrighty. See if we can grab a post-race interview. That's true.
User was moved to your channel.
Alrighty, Mr. Brophy, bringing her home second here tonight.
Yeah. I quite disappointed, to be honest, but I couldn't get a handle on the setup. It just plowed so much.
Yeah, you were in the lead there coming out of turn number 2, and you smacked the outside wall, and after that, it seemed like it just kind of killed the truck.
Oh no, the truck was already killed before that. That's why I short pit. I had killed the wall off too there, about lap 21 or so. But lap 21, I killed the truck right front. It did pretty much the same hit you saw me there off too, and so I made the decision to short pit.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, and I had 37 seconds worth of optional there. It was completely murdered. So I just got lucky that I got to the lead, and I was okay on as it was shorter, but Scott was a lot better than me as it went on, and I knew he was going to get me, and I was pushing too hard there. I don't actually know how much I damaged the truck more because it didn't look like it changed at all, but it was pretty killed. And he was going to be faster than me either way. It killed my opportunity to try and play games and block and do whatever, but that's the way it goes. So it hurts to be 3 in a row runner up like that, where I've been in front and then he's run me down and passed me, but that's what it is. That's racing.
Yeah, it is. And, you're getting ready to go here for the chase, so get ready for that one.
Yeah, now things really do matter. I got to get a good finish at Bristol next week and keep that going ahead. So that'll be what we're going for.
Yeah, Bristol, the opening round, is going to be an interesting race.
Yeah, it is. You got to finish well at every race, though. So you got to finish well at Bristol. Can't afford any big mistakes. And then we go to the real wild card. I think is what Talladega is the next race after that. If we don't finish well at either of those, then we're Talladega being such a huge wild card with 6 races in a chase. You can't really have a bad one if you're going to be the title winner. So.
Yeah, you really can't. As the season's winding down here pretty rapidly.
Yeah, it is. I think we're 7 weeks now for the last 6. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it goes by quick. That's less than 2 months, folks. So, alrighty, Jason. Well, good driving out there tonight, and you're bringing home second. And maybe next week at Bristol, you can grab that win.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, have a good one.
You too.
User was moved out of your channel.
Alrighty, let's see if we can grab Caleb Weekly here.
User was moved to your
Caleb,
channel.
you come home with 3rd place here tonight. How's it feel, buddy?
What did he say?
You brought the truck home in 3rd here tonight, buddy.
Yeah, it was. It came. My first podium this season came a little later than I would have liked it to, but I had an extremely good race. Had I not hit the wall a couple times, I think I might have been contending with Scott and Jason.
Alrighty, well, nevertheless, a top 3 finish there, buddy.
Yeah, this gives me some momentum. I didn't make the chase, but hopefully I can gain some spots just in the playoffs. So.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, once again, congratulations on 3rd.
Thanks.
Alrighty.
User was moved out of your channel.
Alrighty, guys. Scott is not actually in TeamSpeak. We'll try to get that fixed before next week. But other than that, this has been Matt from Extreme Sim TV. Hope y'all had a great night, and we'll see you next week.